What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? You already know what time it is. You're in the birdcage. You either get right or you get left. This is your boy, the historian. We're going to go ahead and get this thing started for you guys. Go ahead and tap that like and subscribe button. Tap that button like these Falcons are going to tap that butt for Pittsburgh on Sunday. So go ahead and hit that button for us. We got a good one for you tonight. Let's go.
Okay, y'all, this is it.
Hey, man, we back like we never left, baby. It's week 1 coming up, baby. Go ahead and get this excitement going. These birds are getting ready to open up the season in the crib versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. But before we go ahead and dive into this, I got to go ahead and bring in Graybeard and my guy K-Dub into the building, the magnificent Birdcage crew. What's happening, fellas?
Oh, what's up? What's up? What's up? Glad to be in the building today. Start of the season. Glad to be in the building with Mr. Historian and Great Beard TV. Also, man, all my listeners, subscribers out there, man. So excited. I'm just giddy like a kid on Christmas. I'm so excited even for the Ravens and the Chiefs playing, about to get ready to start playing a little bit. So it's exciting time. I'm ready to get into this Falcon matchup. I got a lot of people doubt. I hear some doubters out there. I'm hearing some. They think we're gonna lose. They got us as 3.5 point underdog. So I'm ready to get into it. Let's dive into it. I'm ready to get into it. I'm just glad to be here and ready to go. Let's go.
This is all I got to say.
Fair use, man.
Welcome to Atlanta, shocking hammers and bones, back to the Mac and jacking the clothes out of.
Let's freaking go.
That's a little something for our subscribers to hear. You know what I'm saying? Definitely love our subscribers in this building with us tonight, because we definitely gonna take off with this one tonight. So, like I said, man, the Falcons are a unit, just like we are. No solo acts with these boys. They all ready to dive in and win all for one for all. That's just pretty much how it's going. So tonight, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about it, man. So one of the craziest things that we've seen this week, first off, before we get started, want to go ahead and send condolences to the family of Rich Homie Quan. Rest in peace. Another Atlanta legend taken too soon. We lost Rico Wade earlier this year, and now today, Rich Homie Quan has passed away. So shout out to his family and our condolences from the Birdcage.
Hey, one more thing, Historian, before you get started. Shout out to every family that was affected at Appalachian High School in Winder, that deadly shooting, man. My condolences and prayers out to the family and the teachers out there, man. Just keep them in prayer tonight.
Most
Yeah,
definitely. And
most definitely.
that school is supposed to be a safe place for the kids to be able to learn and matriculate and get their skills and get ready for life. You don't want to sit there and see these kids going into a place where they're going to be, they're going to have their lives at stake. So just praying for those families that are struggling with that. And we got mad love for you. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. So tonight, first thing we're going to talk about tonight, the injury update. Kyle Pitts, hamstring injury. How do you guys feel about him suiting up? Even though it was a tweak, he's still iffy on the fence. I believe he's going to play first game of the season. And then Russell Wilson might not be playing tomorrow. We might be seeing Justin Fields according to reports USA Today.
That was kind of interesting. I still think that's gonna be smoke. I mean, I still think Russell's gonna get out there and give it a go. With Kyle Pitts, man, he just came off that injury. Take baby step, man. Crawl before you walk. That's probably the reason why we didn't see him in preseason. We just wanted to make sure that his injury, he will come back at least somewhat 90 to 100% healthy. So we're just gonna see how he do tomorrow and walkthroughs or whatever. So if he can't go, hey, we got other people ready in the shoot to go ahead and get it in and get ready for the Falcon victory on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like it's minor, but everything is going to be blown out of proportion because it's week 1. I feel like if it was something serious, we would already know about it, just like everybody else has went down for the season or something like that of that nature. We do have Charlie Warner that we brought in, so you know, I got nothing but faith in the guy. I mean, he's going to have a breakout season. It's just small thing to a giant. He blew it off. Coach Ra blew it off. So I mean, I'm gonna take it in stride into something else until they prove me otherwise, and say that I'm ready. We're ready to rock and roll, man. All my chips are pushed in, man. I'm ready to go.
So I say about Coach Raheem Morris, when you talk about the injury report, he pretty much does it like Kirby Smart for us dog fans out there. He's gonna keep stuff tucked to the vest just like Kirby, and he's definitely gonna wait to the last minute so you can't prepare for whatever comes. I think that's one of the best strategies that he's learned. Kirby also has learned that as well, and that helps us out because nobody can prepare for us at this point. Now, outside of that, got a shout out to Chris. What's going on? What's going on to our guy A1 into the building tonight, and one half of the Water Boys in the building. No faucets allowed. My boy's still keeping it wet out there. My dog Trey. And shout out to B Rich. He's also tuned tonight. So
Be rich.
back to it. I agree with you guys. I feel as if the injuries at this point, I think that it's either going to be a game time decision or guys are going to gut through it in the first week. That's how I feel that that's going to happen. I'm not worried about it because, as we said, all hands on deck right now. We have a long 17-game season. So guess what? If Kyle doesn't play, I'm okay with that. I want him to play, but here's my thing. We got 17 games this year. Guess what? We want Kyle to be healthy and to be able to produce for us and help us get these wins to win this division. So again, we all in on this one, dog. We need all hands on deck healthy this year. And it's not a coincidence that we grabbed Charlie Warner. That ain't a coincidence.
It's not. It really ain't.
That we are deep right now.
And if it is a coincidence, I'm glad that we did go get him. That we so need.
Yeah.
Hey, when we let Jonnu Smith go, that was we didn't think we was gonna get a good replacement, but we know what Charlie Warner brings to the table. Definitely a solid professional, reliable, and everything out the gates and whatnot is a beautiful thing. So just a little something on the injury report. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up Pittsburgh's injuries for everybody so y'all can see what we're gonna be working with today. And it's amazing that they have a lot of guys that are going to be out in this game. Some guys are questionable, but at the same time, we got to look at it like this. You prepare for anything.
Oh, yeah.
Got to prepare for anything. Guys were limited in practice, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this up right now. So here's the question. Out of anybody that you would have wanted to miss, who would you would have loved to see Pittsburgh not play? I'll go ahead and say it. I want everybody to play. But if it was a
Exactly.
guy that could have missed, I'd have said White.
That's probably the only player in Mika Fitzpatrick. Probably the only player. Only two
Nah,
players.
I want Minka in there. I need him to get toasted.
But hey man, if they play, man, let them play, man. Cause that way nobody won't have any excuses on when we beat them. Oh, they ain't have this player. Oh, they ain't have that. I'm not trying to hear that. They
Agreed.
booted up. They got on the field. They were getting on white line, and they got that, and they got their butt kicked. Simple and plain. I don't want to hear no excuse when we get this dub on Sunday.
So
Yeah, I
as
don't
we
hear no
know,
excuse.
nope. Russell Wilson's gonna be. He was limited in practice today. That's probably gonna be a game time decision. Roman Wilson, the high flying wide receiver from Washington, who Michael Penix Jr. Uh, helped get to the league. He's been limited for 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday, due to an ankle injury, and he's all as advertised. But the good thing is he's a little slowed down right now. If he plays, hey, I'm okay with him being a little slowed down. Corey Trice Jr., he's got a growing injury. That's a little bit tricky. So,
Ooh,
he literally
yeah.
has been limited as well. And then he had full participation today, but you have to watch that. Jalen Warren, who's not a starter, he's pretty much full participation. And then you have one of their big pieces on the offensive line, Isaac Samalo. That's how you pronounce his name, I hope. He's out with a pectoral muscle, so he's pretty much going to miss Sunday.
Yeah.
And then you have one of their defensive tackles, Logan Lee, who's a part of that rotation. He didn't practice at all Wednesday or Thursday. So again, they're pretty much limited in certain areas, but the offensive line position that they're limited in at this point, I feel as if that's key, and that's going to help our pass rush out. Brady's going to have a breakout day without some of their key pieces, and they're still learning that blocking scheme that Arthur Smith has.
Yeah, most
How do
definitely.
you feel about that one, K Dub? About now we got all our defensive linemen outside of Trice being hurt. We have a full deck of cards to play with, and we know that rotation is deep. How do you feel as if these injuries are going to help out the Falcons with this pass rush that we're trying to establish early in the season?
Well, like I said, man, we got a plethora of guys that we can rotate and get in there. So I just feel like we're built to sustain some injuries, and I just feel like I truly believe we're not done. Uh, I don't know if it's going to be a pass rusher, a cornerback, or a receiver, but one of those three we will be signing either right before the season starts or maybe after we see a couple of weeks moving forward, and then we kind of see where our glaring weakness is. We'll be going to pick up somebody else. Well, I mean, I just feel like it's something we got up our sleeves. There's a couple guys sitting on the couch right now that I think we could actually
Mm-hmm.
actually add to this nucleus that we have that could really benefit on this run to a Super Bowl this year. Uh, and for as a pass rusher, I see Ngakwe is out there on the couch, and as a receiver, I see Corey Davis still sitting out there on the couch, and as cornerbacks, it's, Kevin Kevin King or one of those guys, and
Well, King, we still got King on the practice squad. I
Yeah.
think I think you might be talking about the guy that played for Raheem Morris for the Rams. That was definitely in that system. I think he could help out in the corner game too.
yeah, and I think it's one other corner, but it slips my mind of his name, but also that we're keeping monitoring, keeping an eye on that we might kick the tires on. So an
Mm-hmm.
established a veteran to add to this what we got going on right now for this year, because we freed up with that restructuring of Jesse Bates' contract of 7.5 million. So I think Kit Terry's still cooking up some extra dishes in the back, ain't telling nobody about. So just get ready, man. I mean, like this, we pushing all our chips in. That's not going to guarantee us a Super Bowl because we still have to go out there and play the game. But we are putting all the best dishes and ingredients forward and trying to make the best feast we can. And hopefully we get it done and feed all the Falcons masses a great a great meal, man, for this upcoming season. But yeah, I mean, I'm just excited. Like I say, man, I'm just ready to kick it off. I hate that they picking us to lose already. The experts, I thought they were with us this year, but it is what it is. 3.5 point underdog. Um, I just feel like we got to go out there and change the narrative and go out there and beat the paint off of them. I'm not even talking about it be a close game. I'm just talking about beat the brakes off of. So put the league on notice, man. That's
Hey,
my objective.
Hey, K-Dub, you already know nobody ain't gonna ride with a Falcon. Man, we pretty much gotta have that Tupac mentality. Me against the world every
Me
Sunday.
against the world, baby.
Me against the
But
world every
but you know
Sunday.
what? But I agree with you guys on that. But I'll say this: when you talk about the media, they'll pick us for anybody else. But you got to remember, the Pittsburgh Steelers are a darling of the NFL, just like the Dallas Cowboys. That's
Historical
one of those
franchise.
blue blood organizations or whatnot, and they're gonna always stick with the blue bloods. They're never gonna go against the blue blood organizations. I feel like if we were playing maybe the Cardinals or we were playing somebody like Detroit or something, and maybe they might have picked Detroit over us. But at the same time, again, media darling. But speaking of media darlings, we don't have a darling. We got public enemy number one showing up on Sunday, Mr. Arthur Smith.
The
This is a
FedEx
hot topic
Messiah.
because we've heard a lot of mess coming out of that joker's mouth. A lot of BS.
Yeah.
What's going on? Stunts?
What's up,
But
Stuart?
What it is.
let's talk about it. So Arthur Smith and Raheem Morris have had a war of words through the media. As Raheem Morris said when he fired the first shots when he came in, he said, "Hey, I wouldn't be here if we had better quarterback play." First shot fired. Arthur Smith, took offense to that. And my thing is this: I love it because here's the thing. Even though he's going against Mike Tomlin, you see Mike Tomlin didn't get in the middle of that, right? Remember, Raheem Morris is Mike Tomlin's good friend. So you already know that even though they're competing against each other, he's going to stand with his boy. You already know this. So again, this is pretty much where the Falcons are going to have to come in. We're going to have to take, as my grandfather would say, son, you got to take the belt off and put that belt to ass cheeks. That's what's getting ready to happen. That's what's getting ready to happen. We're going to run the ball on them. We're going to establish a passing game that no one has seen really yet. We've only seen flashes of it. But I believe we're going to see a heavy dose of Kirk Cousins throwing it downfield. And I'll be honest, don't be surprised if we throw deep on the first play. Don't be surprised if we throw deep on the first play. And on defense, don't be surprised if Jimmy Lake does not bring the house on the first play.
I would love that. I would
Public enemy number
absolutely
one got to
adore
get it.
that. Because we already know Arthur Smith is going to try to call the game of his life against them to try to prove everybody I was not the problem. You already know what's going to happen.
The key word is try to call the game of his life.
He had to. He got to prove himself.
K-Dub, how they say it? You got two chances in this world, slim and none. We already know what you're going to do. You actually got a talented roster over there that you're getting ready to screw up. Because if you saw it, let's go back and talk. Let's go ahead back and talk about it. You saw how some of the offensive linemen were in the media saying, hey, we still trying to figure out what he's trying to do. They still don't even know what he's doing right now offensively. Their blocking scheme is off, and that's very rare for a Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line. Let's be real on that. And then you have players going to the media talking. That's not to steal away. When you hear players speaking out about the new system and how they are not liking the adjustments that come with it, that's problems in itself. Don't be surprised if Arthur Smith does not make it that long in Pittsburgh, even though he was a good offensive coordinator in Tennessee with Derrick Henry, Delaney Walker, Jonnu Smith, and what's your boy's name that's playing tonight, Mr. Derrick Henry?
Oh,
have
Henry.
that, it helps. So how do y'all feel as if Public Enemy is going to come here and he's going to screw up their offense like he did ours?
I mean, like I said earlier, man, he's going to try to call the game of his life. But he's going to try to do the one thing that we wanted him to do that he didn't. But he's going to try to do the one thing he wanted to do here that he didn't do. Make adjustment. And make in-game judgment. He's gonna try everything he can to throw at this defense, and I expect to see freaking both quarterback play. I expect that. I don't think Russell Wilson's going to play the entire game. I do expect freaking me and Justin Field on Sunday, come shape or form, whether he's under center or he's doing a trick play, because you know how he like to do them the wide receiver trickery play or whatever the case may be. So I expect to see a lot of trickery just to prove to the city of Atlanta, just to prove to Arthur Blank that you should have kept me. I wasn't the problem.
K-Dub.
I feel like he'll come in with a couple of wrinkles. Watch out for the run. Watch out for CP because he loves CP. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he's pretty predictable if you've watched his playbook and and we've become accustomed to how he calls plays. We'll beat the paint off of him, man. That's all I mean, that's all I see, man. I can't give Arthur Smith a pass. I can't give him any accolades or adulation. I'm just like go out and go out there and just do just horrible things to him. I mean, wants to do. He wants to establish the run. We shut down the run, force him to
Be one dimensional.
And
basically
here's the thing.
to throw the football to make tough decisions throwing the football, and then they'll make some interceptions. I just feel like it's gonna be standing room only in that stadium, and we're gonna get some turnovers with the awesome the new. I have to come up with a nickname for him, but that tandem. I mean, that's the best tandem that's been put together since Legion of Boom with those safeties. So uh, it's gonna be a party in there, and I wish I had tickets to that game.
Oh
It's
no,
gonna
they
be
sold
like
out, buddy. They sold out.
no, I know that they sold. I said I wish I had tickets. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
know
was.
they're sold out. I know it's standing room only up in there. It's gonna be live, but
Oh yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's gonna be some turnovers. And once the turnovers start happening, it's gonna be an avalanche of the A is back. And that's going should be the slogan. The A is back.
I'll say this, man. We got to be in a we got to see it. We have to be in a situation to where we make the crowd as fans that are going to the game. You know, Steeler fans are gonna show up and they
Oh
always
yeah.
show out. Here's my thing: you Falcon fans that are gonna be in that game, y'all have to be loud. Y'all can't wait till they get out of the huddle. You got to be loud when they're in the huddle. You know where I'm going with this because Cam Ward started that mess this weekend with them stinking Gator fans. You know what I'm saying? He already talked about it when he said, "Hey, it would be smart of you to get loud while we're in the huddle so we can't hear." So guess what? That's the best time to get loud. That is the best time to get loud. Y'all got to go ahead and make it an evil place for people to come. Atlanta is a Bible Belt city. We know this. With a little bit of Sodom and Gomorrah mixed right up the street at the city with the wings. But at the end of the day, you got to turn this into a ruthless place. You have to be cantankerous, honorary. You got to be nasty fans this Sunday. You
You
got to
gotta.
make those jokers feel so uncomfortable that they're like, dang, I don't even want to go to Magic City to get wings. That's how uncomfortable you got to make them jokers.
You gotta have sort of had that old. You gotta have sort of had that old school Raider feel, like when they had the black hole, when they literally used to intimidate other fans. Be like, nah,
They ain't
man, you
got no
got it.
look. I got to see it because when you let a Saints fan beat up a Falcons fan in the house and don't nobody jump on him, nah. I don't
That was
trust
a
it. The
bad.
Raider
That was
fans will fight you at any drop of a dime. Philly fans will fight you. Steeler fans will fight you. So
Cleveland
until we
fans to
get that
fight you.
type of energy, I ain't gonna sit there and say that. I gotta see it. I want it to be loud and obnoxious.
But
So
that comes with pride. I don't think it's the fact that we don't have pride in the city. I just think the fact that we got so much PTSD.
All
Community
I know
Falcon
is
fan.
all
K
I
Dub
know
said
is
it long time ago. We got too many distractions in the stadium for
I
people to
agree.
sit there and focus. K
they
Dub said
ain't
that a long
yeah,
time
yeah.
ago.
All I know, they ain't distracted right now. They even all the parking sold out already.
That was
Mm-hmm.
crazy. I heard
Ooh,
about
they
that this
announced
morning.
every parking spot sold out.
So
Oh
Now
my
this
God.
what kill
Let's
me.
go, baby.
Now this is what
Woo-hoo.
kills me. We still
We better
got
get there
Steeler
early.
fans in the city.
We better
That's
get
what
oh
there
yeah.
kills
early.
me.
I work
And
with
they
some.
heavy.
I work with some.
So But outside of the Steelers or whatnot, we just mentioned the secondary. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Can the secondary begin its journey to be elite at this point? Um, I'll say with the additions that we had, I think what's going to have to happen, we're actually going to have our pass rush to be there for that to happen. Because I think we have the athletes and we have the guys who can make plays, but I believe that pass rush is going to be key for this secondary to be elite. What do y'all think?
I think the secondary can make that next pick to be elite. When we got Jeffy Bake, that was just step one. Matter of fact, before we even got Jeffy Bake, when we got Coach Gray, that was step one. When we added Jeffy Bake, that was step two. And then you look at this draft class, and then look we got our boy Justin from the Denver Broncos. That was like step three to step four. I just think now it's the time for the secondary to be elite. And then all of a sudden now I can see the front seven, our pass rush, finally getting home
Mhm.
with dang, I just forgot his name already.
Grady, Root, Goldman,
Goldman, all these
Harrison.
Harris and all these
Man, we
boys. I
got a
mean,
spoil.
it's just finally now we got all the pieces that we've been longing for to get this defense respectable in the National Football League. It's gonna take them time to get gel, and we understand that. But if we can get about one to two or maybe three sacks this Sunday, that can step forward to the defense and the Jimmy Lake, Coach Lake.
K Dubs, I
Okay.
want to ask you this about the corners because you mentioned the corners last week and you talked about how now that AJ has help. What are you going to be looking for from our corners this week playing against that Steelers offense? Because we know they have George Pickens and they have, like you say, Roman Wilson. He possibly could play. What are you going to be looking for the from the cornerbacks in this game when we talk about taking that first step to becoming elite?
Well, what I'm looking for in that secondary is just go play free, man. Take some chances, take some risks. You got outstanding and smart, high IQ safeties behind you on that back end. Uh, go out there and just be great, man. That's it. Go out there, and go on it. That's how. I mean, I say leave it out there on the field. It's a new year. I feel like you didn't have that luxury. You had Jesse Bates back there. He was cleaning up a lot of stuff, but even Jesse Bates got help now with Simmons. I just feel like those corners got to be elite. Go out there and take the risk. Go out there and bump it up. Even if you want to bump and run, get out there and get some bump coverage. I mean, even if you get burnt, you have help. You just got to always remember, I have elite help. Not just help, I got some elite help. And also, we're going to be monitoring that number two cornerback spot. I don't feel like it's locked down. So
No.
that's what that 7.5 million that we freed up with Jesse Bates restructuring his contract. We have to be able to say, hey, look, it ain't getting done over there. So we will cut our losses and we will replace when we need to replace to move forward. But that's what I have my eye on. I feel like the rest of the defense will be ready. All signs coming out of camp, all signs coming out of the organization. Jimmy Lake, they loving Jimmy Lake and everything that he's bringing to the table and his scheme. So it got me excited. So I'm ready to see how he gonna use it. They say he got Richie Grant like looking like a world beat out there. So hey, I'm ready to see it, baby. You know. So I'm just ecstatic. I feel like we will be elite, but it may take a couple of seasons to everybody to really get their role down. You know.
Oh no, okay, though, what happened, homie?
I don't know. He just disappeared. He'll be back.
I
But
just want to say one thing real quick. I just want everybody in that secondary to be relaxed and loose and just play. I,
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. Technical difficulty, but I want everybody to get their role down on the offense and I mean not but in the secondary because we have so much talent that people can overdo their job or not do their job and try to do somebody else's job. I just feel like once everybody gets their role secured, what Richie knows what Richie has to do, and Simmons has what Simmons has to do, or what Bankhead has to do, I mean, just everybody knowing what they have to do in that secondary, and then it may take about 2 or 3 weeks to kind of just get that mojo going. But I feel like we have enough in the tank. with that explosive offense, the way Zach finna call it out. And I feel like us keeping our cards close to our vest, and we still to this day, we really don't know what we're gonna do until we got they lined up on Sunday. I mean, and so if we don't know and we follow this team every single day, how in the hell Pittsburgh know what we're gonna do? So we gonna hit them with it, man. I'm excited, man. At least they played their guys. We kind of see what they want to do. We don't know exactly what they want to do. We kind of got an idea what they want to do, but we don't have no clue what we want to do. And I'm just ready to go. But I feel like we will be elite. But I'll be keeping a close, keen, and specific eye on that cornerback 2 spot. And I'm praying that those guys hold up their end of the bargain that we have on the roster, but we do have some change in the bank if we have to go making another addition to the team.
My guess is going to be Clark Phillips the third by the end of the season is going to be the starter. Can't trust Mike Hughes because he's been up and down his whole career. They're giving it to him right now because he's had a great camp. I'll say this. We'll see with Richie because Richie also was still in trade talks with the Broncos. We'll see. And D. Alford is a guy that everybody keeps forgetting about. I'm gonna mention it. D. Alford is a guy that is forgotten about. He's still here. That's the other guy that's nice at the corner spot and also at the slot position. So at the end of the day, I still see D. Alford and King pretty much fighting over the slot. I could just go ahead and say if Clark Phillips has a solid season, he'll be the number 2 corner. But as you said before, we got money, a little bit of money saved up, stashed away for a rainy day because you also have to look at the fact that injuries happen during the season. Everybody's going to get them. So Terry's pretty much keeping that money in here just in case he has to bring in somebody to fill in a spot if we lose a spot. So I'm not mad at that. So, and that's on both sides of the ball. I want us to be healthy, but we also know that that's not 100% going to happen with every team. Somebody's going to get hurt. We just need to be prepared to be able, as you said before, to spend money, let Terry cook, and bring in somebody who's going to be able to fulfill that spot or whatnot. But speaking of spots, the next topic we have is how is Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson going to be used to impact the effectiveness of the passing game? I'll say this. Tyler Algier got to get his carries. I know everybody's hyped about Bijan. I want Bijan to shine. But again, you don't forget about Tank. Tank has been carrying that ball since he got here, and he's been the most productive running back we've had out of everybody that's been here. You don't break William Andrews' record for no reason. So I get that Bijan is a first-round pick, and he's the shiny toy that has the potential to become a great back. But don't forget about the other great back on this team. Because I'll be honest with you, anything inside the 20, I'm handing that off to Tyler Algier if we're not passing to Bijan Robinson. Hopefully we have packages that are going to have both of them on the field, so you're going to scratch your head and figure out, like, who do I stop? Because if Bijan gets in his space, you know he's going to break ankles. If he's got 18 inches of daylight, he's going to make you look stupid. Even if you give Tyler Algier a little bit of room, he's going to run right past you because he's shown that he's got speed. Or if you get in front of him, hey, man, I hope you got your wheel ready. But I think that their impact on Sunday is really going to dictate what this passing game is going to be like for Kirk Cousins. How do y'all feel about that?
I agree with you, man. I think the offense is going to be effective when Tyler Algier get his touches and start just beating them down, and all of a sudden, boom, you got freaking Bijan coming out the backfield. You got Bijan catching passes on slant route. You just don't know what to expect because we really have not seen the offense. We ain't even seen the first team take a snap the entire preseason. So we just been just as vanilla as we can get. So I just think for the offense to really get into rhythm, the running game is going to be a big part of the offense. And Tyler Algier, like you can't forget the man. The man went over 1,000 yards, and he was still sharing. He was still sharing with freaking other running back and with TP. So I mean, he just much part of that offense as Bijan is. We just can't forget about him. Got to get him in rhythm. When we get Algier in rhythm, the offense will flourish. I guarantee you that.
Well, I mean, I just feel like you have a competent and very astute offensive coordinator. We will not forget about Tyler Algier. He's done great things in the organization, but Bijan is like they're trying to make him more of like a co-op to uh, Kirk Cousins as being the face of the franchise. So you know he's going to get his carries. I'm just hoping for at least a 70-30 split. He get 30% of the carries throughout the season. And in certain situations, that's when you go to Tyler Algier, maybe in red zone situations, when we need those hard, tough, grounded yards. That's when you call in, you know, your Tyler Algier packages. But it will be the Bijan Robinson show. He's the only guy on the team that has his own mustard. So it is what it is, man. I mean, you just got to
I,
deal with
I'll
it. I
say
mean,
this. Now you just
mhm.
said Zach Robinson is competent. I hear it, but guess what? First time coordinator, I got to see it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not just gonna give him that nod and I don't see it yet. I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just like this. I want him to be great, but I'm not gonna give him the nod until I see the product on the field. I can't do that. That's just
No,
like somebody trying to sell me a TV that's in a box and there's no TV in the box yet. You know what I'm saying? I can't just pay my money and I don't know what I'm getting. So
Exactly.
I'm just gonna wait to see. I believe he's gonna do great, but at the same time, we've seen coordinators get hooked up on one player, like we saw last year. And the
Uh-huh.
problem was Algier pretty much was starting to lose carries and was starting to become like literally just pushed aside, like the redheaded stepchild. And that is
no,
something that you can't do right now.
I don't want him
Like you
to.
said, he's vital, but you can't forget about him because he's been carrying that load for the past couple of years before Bijan even got here.
No, I understand that. What I'm saying is, I'm being a realist. I want him to be used, but I just see if you can at least get a 70-30 split, he get 30% of the carries and he gets certain situations. Like when you get into the red zone, he's in the game. I just feel like they're going to try to make Bijan the best they can make him to be because you see them show him they showed Tyler Algier and different little photos and stuff throughout the team, but they really truly push Bijan down your throat. So that's what I'm trying to get at. They're trying to tell you something. Read the tea leaves. The guy will get the bulk of the carries. Maybe it's a 60-40 split. Maybe it's a 60-40. We'll take that. But I'm hoping for at least a 70-30 split, to be honest with you, just being a realist. If I get more, if I can get a 50-50 split, that'll be great. But I'm just saying, I'm just going reading the tea
But
leaves of the team, man.
it ain't tea leaves to be read with that. That's political, dog. He was a first round pick. That's the reason they trying to put that out there. When you get a guy that's a first rounder, that is what you gonna do. There ain't no tea leaves with that one, bro. That's
Pretty
political.
much.
That is political. My thing is William Andrews was one of the best backs we ever had, and he wasn't the first rounder.
He was
And
not.
I'll say it. Lehman Bennett was smart enough to ride that horse. He was smart enough to pretty much put the game on his back majority of the time. Bijan has the talent to be a every down back, and so does Algier. And I get what you're saying when you say the splits or whatnot. And I know they're going to push for Bijan to get that 60%, but at the same time, we also know guys get lost in the shuffle. And let's be real, teams. Here's the thing: if teams gang tackle or whatnot, or they crash the line or whatever, that's an Algier special right there. I just want to. I'm gonna be real. I want Bijan to be out in space because he's just an amazing cat that avoids tackles. And I think I would love that we have packages for both of those guys and have them on the field at the same time. Like that's the thing I want because defenses are gonna scratch their heads if we got both of them dudes on the field.
If we can somehow try to emulate a little bit of that Kyle Shanahan when he had Tevin Coleman and Deontay Freeman in their prime, and we can duplicate that just a little bit, I'm good. I'm good. The offense, we will have a top three scoring offense in this league. I guarantee it. If we can duplicate that just a little bit.
I just want to ask Artavius one question. I mean, I know Tyler Algier is a monster. He's a beast. He's a Mack truck. He's gonna run people over. But you don't think the Bijan gonna run somebody over?
No.
I just, I mean, that man
Bijan,
always big,
Bijan
bro,
really
man.
ain't. Here's the thing: Bijan really ain't a power back like that. He can run you over if he has to, but Bijan's the type of guy that's going to use his speed to get around you, or he's going to make you miss. And Bijan understands longevity as a running back because all the beatings that you take that adds up. And so with Bijan, I think Bijan's going to have a little bit longer of a career because he's not getting beat on like Algier is. Because
No, man,
we all know the lifespan of a back is only 4 years.
no, I'm not saying
Yes.
he gonna go out there looking for contact, like searching for it, but I feel like he gonna run a couple people over this season, at
What's
least
up,
one or
Rich?
two.
Rich was saying, Rich says he's not made for that.
I agree. He didn't do that at Texas. That
Hey,
man was
Nah, he
look,
didn't
elusive as
have to.
heck.
His Overstreet,
hey, look, people evolve, right?
He
Right?
ain't
Yes
gonna
or no?
evolve to
I'm gonna
that.
tell you like
I'm
this,
sorry.
and Bill
Okay.
Parcells said this
All
a
right.
long time ago.
When he run somebody over, I'm like, all right,
No,
yeah.
we ain't. Here's the thing: you can run one person over, it happened. But what we're saying is consistently, that's not his game. That's what we're saying. That's not his
I
game.
never said I never said it was this guy. I said he would run one or two people over. That's not
We're
saying
not
he gonna
saying he
do.
can't do it. We saw
That's
him do
all.
it last year.
There you go. That's all I'm saying. Good point blank
Again,
period.
you would waste his talents doing it. I agree, Rich. Thank you.
No, I'm not saying that he's gonna be even trying to run people over. I'm just saying when you're in the midst of running, things happen. I just feel like in the course of a 17 game season, he will run one or two guys over in the league. That's all.
Well, we all said that's gonna happen. We were just saying consistently. That's all.
Okay, well,
But
consistently, no. No. Okay, consistently
all
won't
right.
do it.
Well, let's talk about something else that's gonna be consistent. Kirk Cousins' impact on the game on Sunday. So with Kirk Cousins, we pretty much see that, as we said about the running game, that is going to be what's going to have to open things up for him on Sunday. Because again, the Steelers are going to stack the box against us because they know we're a running team. Now, if we come out and hit them in the first play with something deep over the top just to stretch those guys out to open it up, that's one thing. But we already know that the Steelers are going to stack the box against us when it comes to the running game. Kirk's got to be able to, I'll say this, Kirk's impact is going to be affected by the offensive line. If they can hold up in pass protection, we got a chance to watch Kirk pick the Steelers defense apart. But they've got to be able to maintain their blocks, get a hat on a hat. They have to maintain those blocks for Kirk to be able to blossom and matriculate by getting that ball to Drake, Pitts, and Rondell Moore. I'm not Rondell Moore, sorry, Ray McLeod, and also Darnell Mooney. How do you feel Kirk's impact is going to be felt, and how could he open things up for us in the passing game to where people can respect us?
Well, I think for me, first and foremost, I think Kirk Cousins is going to make an impact just by getting the ball to the receiver. That's going to be number one. I just think with his accuracy and his deep ball, people are wide receivers going to be almost surprised to be like, damn, I can catch this in stride. So I mean, I just think for me, Kirk Cousins is gonna will be the X factor on offense, but we have to protect him. And me, I'm trying to see how he gonna respond when he take a sack, or if he got to scramble a little bit. If he gonna be thinking about it as Achilles, when he gonna be like, all right, I'm good, I'm good. So that's some of the things I'm gonna be looking at on Sunday. But I just think as long as you get this man a clean pocket, he gonna deliver the football. It's gonna be accurate. He gonna make correct reads, and I just think we're gonna have like safety blankets, like if Kyle Pickens be able to play, and Bijan coming out the backfield. I just think those are just gonna help him more and more. But the thing that's gonna really help him out the most is a consistent and strong running game with Tyler Algier and Bijan and others.
Okay, Doug.
Well, I just feel like just having a real leader out there on the field. Just everybody's been around good leaders and bad leaders. So just having an awesome leader out there, just have everybody lined up on the line, commanding in the huddle, getting you in and out of the plays, effectively. Like to piggyback off what Gray Beard was saying, just being able to go through those reads, getting that ball out there, being fast and efficient with communication out there on the field, man. Putting that ball on the money, being very accurate with the football. I mean, just just being a presence of a real bona fide quarterback, man. I just going out there and owning that playbook and owning that team and motivating the guys, even on the defense, man. Just a defensive offense out there putting up points. We got to go out there and hold our end of the bargain. You know what I'm saying? They doing what they supposed to do. We got to do what we supposed to do. So I just feel like in that impact, I feel like he's already got touched a little bit in practice, but not majorly. But I feel like that ankle will hold up and that Achilles will hold up. But if not, we got the great second option right there on the bench. So we've secured
Mhm.
that in the wings, and like I said, I'm just ready to go. I feel like he'll be an awesome addition. We've heard nothing but glaring and glowing things coming out of practice, even if they could or couldn't hit the quarterback with the protection jersey on. So I'm ready, man. I feel like everyone keeps poo-pooing our offensive line. I feel like we're going to have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL this year, and I'm going to stick to that statement. So I feel like they're going to keep them clean. And if somebody does get sacked, that means they've held the ball too long. And sometimes you just can't protect forever.
Well, here's the thing: nobody's crapping on them. The problem is pass protection's been our problem for the last 4 years. So there ain't
Uh-huh.
nobody crapping on them when they telling the truth. So, and I'm telling the truth on that one. And the problem is, it's not. And here's the thing: Kirk's got a quick release. That ain't the problem. The problem is, can that right side hold up? Because we know the left side is fine. It's the right side of that offensive line that's been the Achilles heel for our passing game. And it didn't even matter. It didn't even matter because remember, Matt Ryan got hit a lot more at the end of his career because of the right side. So that's what I'm looking at. I need to see that improvement. So it's not me crapping on them or the media. They just stating what's been our problem because it's many ball games that we could have won if we could have held up on that side for pass protection. Because as
I
much
mean,
crap I was saying as much crap as people try to give Jake Matthews, Matthews has been consistent his whole career. I got to give him that. I'm not the biggest Matthews fan like that, but that dude has been consistent with pass blocking. You don't really see him get beat too much. It's just
well,
on that right side that we got to worry about.
I just feel like it just is adds to my argument because if they are saying that that's been our Achilles heel, it may have been, but I just feel like we are a better line than people are saying, and we're going to show it this year in the numbers and on the field. I'm not saying they didn't have problems in the past, but who would want to block for some of those quarterbacks we had behind center? I mean, you have to want to go out there. It's still a job, just like me and you go into work every day. It's some days you just don't give it that 110%. And those guys wasn't giving 110% because of maybe who was pulling the trigger, the guys that they were blocking for. So I don't know. I just feel like they're motivated. They have the right motivator in the house with Coach Rob. That's one of his things that he does well is motivate grown men to be great. So uh, until proven otherwise, I feel like that we will have one of the better. I'm not saying the number one, but we'll have one of the top five offensive lines when it's all said and done at the end of the season. Now, if we don't, then y'all can throw me under the bus and ridicule me at the end of the season. I'll take it.
Oh,
Okay, he
what?
went.
Oh,
He
nah,
went.
we ain't gonna do that. Kid. We ain't gonna do that. We understand that the offensive line have been some of the weakness for the past couple of years. Hopefully, we see that steady improvement year to year with free agency and draft and development from the coaching staff. Nah, I think the offensive line is gonna be pretty decent this season. But like I said, the game one is gonna be the parameter. New
Yeah.
offense, new quarterback, new scheme, almost brand new, just new players all around. So we just gotta make sure that that offensive line is shored up because we can't allow Kirk Cousins to go down. We can't if we want to make the playoffs, he cannot go down.
So
Period.
I had a little technical difficulties like you. Apparently, apparently the internet went out for a sec. So guess what? The show must go on. Got to do it on the phone, fellas.
Hey, gotta do what you gotta
Always stay
do.
prepared.
Gotta do what you
So
gotta do, Pimpin'.
I look at it like this, man. I feel as if let's see, Ryan, how many sacks did McGarrett?
Hopefully
I'll get
none.
back to you. I'm actually going to get back to you on that, Wallace, but I can tell you he gave up more than five. I can tell you that now. So again, I think we have the best guard in the league with Chris Lindstrom, and I think that with him being a top player, I think he's going to anchor that offensive line. And then you got Bergeron coming into his second season. I feel as if Bergeron is a guy that has a chance to be one of the best impact players that we have on that offensive line. Young guy, hungry, road grader, and also good in pass protection. So I see a lot of great things coming from that. But the thing is, we just have to be that. We just have to be consistent with that. But getting to the next side of the house, Coach Morris's expectations for Sunday. He pretty much believes we're going to be fast, physical, and violent, and we got to step up and we got to produce. It's execute because, as he said before, we got all the pieces brought in. We just got to bring it to life. We got to bring it out there, and we have to showcase what we have. So, how do you feel as if the expectations are going to go on Sunday from
Well,
his prediction?
I feel like they're gonna most of the time, and usually the people and the players on the team follow the heartbeat and the way of the coach, and he's moving with a lot of confidence. Any interview or any time I see him speaking about the Falcons in this offseason, he's nailed it. He's awesome in front of the camera. I mean, he's very charismatic. So I just feel like he's got the pulse of the team, man. And until, like I said, I'm gonna keep going. I hate to be a dead horse, but until proven otherwise, man, we finna rock the house. I mean, they packed it for him. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out the last time they've ever announced that all the parking was sold out. So uh, I'm ecstatic, man. I don't know what else to say. Until we have some kind of benediction in the season, in the regular season, I'm on cloud nine. So I just feel like that 3.5 should be swung, and we're gonna have to prove the odds makers wrong. So
I
uh,
don't know what happened.
I-
I don't know what happened.
everybody
It's
having
just one of
technical
them. It's one of
difficulty.
them nights, apparently. I see.
And it's technical difficulty Thursday, but we're gonna make it happen here
Right.
in the birdcage.
Yeah.
I just think for Coach Mark and from my understanding, I think he wants to see the team be consistent. Can we
Yeah,
consistently get off on third down? Can we consistently make third down? Can we consistently go in the red zone, not killing it for 3 points? And can the team start to establish our identity on offense and defense? Can we
yeah,
make plays on special teams? Something that we've been not lacking in the past couple of seasons. So I just think they could complement the thing that we hold expectations off of the team on Sunday.
yeah.
All right. Who's gonna be the X factor players? We ain't got to get too heavy into this or whatnot. Just who are gonna be your X factor players for Sunday? One on offense or one on defense? Who you got?
Paid up.
X Factor player on offense. I'm going to say Ray McLeod. Uh, that's my offensive uh, spotlight. I just feel like he's going to show out because of what Kirk was saying about him, glowing things about him all training camp, and he's became his favorite target during training camp. So I just feel like that'll carry over into week one. And long as he stays healthy, Ray McLeod will have a Pro Bowl type season. But on the defensive side of football, I really feel like the addition of Justin Simmons. I feel like he'll come in and just fit in like a piece of a puzzle, and he'll light it up early. And I mean, of course, you're gonna have Bankhead being himself, but since we've seen Bankhead, it really won't. It just seemed like business as usual with him. With Justin Simmons coming over and having a Pro Bowl caliber player, I think he'll be that X factor that we needed to also the backup, even to back up Bankhead to have some help also. But that's just my two X factors right there.
Gray Beard. What two players do you have, man?
Uh, I think for offense, man, I'm gonna go with Kirk Cousins, man. I think people have been beating down Kirk Cousins, especially coming off this Achilles injury. He's gonna have to prove to the media, prove to the Falcon Base that we made the right investment in
Yep.
him and whatever. And I just think Kirk Cousins is gonna have a monster game to let people know, hey, you made the right choice on picking me. And I think for defense, man, I think for me, Grady Jarrett, I think Grady Jarrett gonna start a campaign for defensive player of the year. I just think people have been sleeping on Grady. I think Grady feeling he gonna come in with a chip on his shoulder. He healthy. He had help. So I just think all of those things come again. I think Grady gonna have a breakout game.
Okay. I got Nate Landman on the defense
Ooh, I like
because
that. I like that.
Go
we're
ahead,
talking about,
no.
no, we sitting here talking about every other position. The most outside of the free safety spot, the most important position is that middle linebacker spot because he's the one that's going to set the tone for the defense. He's got to get guys aligned perfectly. If he doesn't, Bankhead Bates does. But I think that Nate Landman's going to be the guy on the defense that's going to be the X factor because guess what? We got to stop the running game. We
Mm,
got to be able to have somebody that's going to be there and who's going to step up in those gaps, who's going to fill that's going to fill the holes. And he's also going to be able to get the defense aligned perfectly because guess what? He saw Arthur Smith's offense all last year. So he's going to see certain sets, certain familiarities that he's going to see, and he's going to be the key piece to the defense for that. Now, I'll say this. I honestly believe
oh,
Uh-oh.
oh. Froze up,
Hmm.
my guy. Come on back. Come on back.
Okay, I
He'll
think
be back.
X
Here you
Factors.
go.
I gotta go with
Okay.
I gotta go with Chris Lindstrom.
Can't
Chris
Chris.
Lindstrom's gonna be my offense. Chris Lindstrom's gonna be my offensive guy. I'm going with guys that aren't as glamorous in certain positions because, as I said before, offensive line is the heartbeat of a football team.
Right.
Period. You can't do anything without those guys.
Agreed.
So with a young guy like Lindstrom, who's coming into his own, who had a Pro Bowl season last year, who got paid Pro Bowler type money, and who's going to be a future All Pro because of the type of game he's been playing, he's going to be the guy that's going to be able to keep the continuity going on that offensive line because we don't know how much longer Matthews has in the tank. He's solid, but we got to have somebody that's going to step up and that's going to step into that role. And I feel like this is his year to really step up in that role as well.
Agreed.
So that's what I got for that. Prediction for the score, I got 28-14.
I like that. I like that.
What you got?
Go ahead, Kate. Up.
I see like maybe 32-14.
Damn.
Yeah.
Uh,
Great bit.
I'm gonna go with 27-19 Falcon.
27-19. Okay. We definitely can rock with that. So after the score predictions, I'll just say this. I think this is going to be I think this is going to be a situation where we have everything going, and it's just in this position to where the Falcons just got to play. Let's just say this here. All the BS goes out the window. As I
Yep.
said earlier, it's time to take the belt off, put it to some ass cheeks. Go ahead and get a good spanking going, and send they butts right back to Pennsylvania, to the western side of Pennsylvania, and then we get ready for Philly next week to hand them an L in their house.
Oh, absolutely. I just think the energy from the crowd, from a sold out arena, which we haven't had in a very long time. I think culminating with that, with the atmosphere that Raheem have brought, the energy, I just think we're just gonna show out. So I got nothing much more to say, man. I just think we just show up and show out, play football, man. That simple.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like I say, man, I'm ready to run through a damn wall already through for Raheem. And I don't even play no damn more. So he got me ready to go. He got everybody up in the building. He got the parking sold out. Let's go. All we gotta do is get there and make it happen now. All we gotta do is do your job. Don't do nobody else's job, but do your job. And
I
we'll
like
make it
it.
happen.
I like it. I like it, K Dub. I like it.
Well, we definitely appreciate everybody for coming in and tuning in with us tonight for the Birdcage LLC. Had to get it in for you guys. Definitely apologize about the technical difficulties. Got to thank K Dub for coming into the building tonight and Graybeard of the magnificent Birdcage crew. Hey, we're going to see you guys next week. or actually, we're gonna see you Sunday. I'm sorry, not next week. So you either get right or you get left. We'll see you Sunday. We love you. And again, condolences to the families that have lost children this week, and also Rich Homie Quan. We love you guys. We'll see you Sunday. We out of here. Peace.